Good evening, everybody. It is a marvelous Monday, and we are back with our recap of part 2 reunion of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And listen, everybody, the people are giving what needs to be given. Good evening, Auntie Diva. How you doing?
You doing okay? How you doing? Listen.
Listen,
Listen.
when I tell you,
A
my
lot.
eyes was glued to the TV
Yeah.
this afternoon.
Yeah.
Glued. I was like, Bravo, pay the girls they
Pay
money.
the girls. Pay the well,
Hey,
some of them we need to cut their check.
well,
But, but for the
we're gonna
most
talk
part,
about
we can
that.
pay the girls.
We're gonna talk about that
Yeah,
because
we'll talk
some
about
people
it.
need to be demoted to a friend role, and we're gonna get
Period.
into that in just a moment.
Period. Yeah.
But listen, people, we are here. It is Monday night, and we are here to recap Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 2. We have been through this whole season. Diva, can you believe this has been 19 weeks of episodes? 19 weeks. Amazing season overall. We have one more part left, but before we get to that last part, we got to deal with last night because the girls came through, the girls came in. The girls read the girls. It was everything. I was here for it all. Good evening, everybody. We are glad that you're here. We are live on both channels. So please make sure you hit the like button on Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Warriors World. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to both channels and do us a favor. Hit the share button. Let the people know we are on schedule tonight and live recapping.
Listen, but you know what though? We still came through. We came through every time.
Listen, we may not show up on the day we supposed to, but we still come through, people, okay? So shout out to the people that come through with us, okay?
Yes.
What of our girl Wendy? Listen, I'm not feeling our best tonight, people, but I got to do our Wendy special, okay? Let me go on and just dip that right in there for the people. How you doing?
Did she drop them cough drops in her tea? Honey,
right in that tea, baby. Okay.
Yes, she was. She's very serious about that tea. Mm-hmm. Listen, so what you got for us? You got some street news for us?
I do have a little street news for us tonight, honey. And we kind of talked about this a little bit in our group chat on our Instagram. So let's jump into street news real quick, y'all. Now, Diva, I told y'all last night in our group chat, I said, the people, they need to get King and let King know that 50 Cent is not the one, the two, or the three that he want to get into a fight with, okay? But King said he grown, okay? He said he got a baby. He is a grown man, and he gonna say what he got to say, okay?
You were gonna talk about his mama.
You're not gonna talk about his mama and anybody else, okay? He ain't having it, all right? Now, allegedly, 50 Cent, T.I., he wanted to do a versus with 50 Cent, okay? He said, we come from the same era. We come from the same generation. We got great music. Let's have a versus and go up against one another, okay? So I guess 50 wasn't really feeling that, you know? And so he decided to post a picture of Tiny, and we'll look at that picture in just a second. Matter of fact, let me just go on and look at it right now real quick, okay? This is what he decided to post. I said, well, I mean, if you go start some, this is how you started. And so King said he was going to go with it. So let's hear what King had to say, people. Let's listen in.
That bitch ass nigga want to say something about my mama. Your mama dead as fuck, nigga. Your mama dead as fuck. Go dig her up. Go dig her up.
Not dig her up.
Post a picture of your motherfucking mama, nigga. She dead, nigga. Pay respect, nigga. Stop fucking playing with my mama, nigga. Nigga ain't playing like that. Nigga ain't going like that, nigga. How y'all bitch ass niggas raised? I'm not raised like that. I don't go. I'm not going about my mama, nigga. I'm not going, nigga. So tell your dead ass mama dig her ass up and post a picture that look better than my motherfucking mama, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Y'all niggas better tie y'all motherfucking shoes. Y'all niggas don't know who the fuck y'all fucking with, nigga. You better put that music up and nigga shut the fuck up, nigga. Cause all that other shit ain't gonna get on my mother. Your mama dead as fuck, nigga. Dig that bitch up. Nigga not going. Nigga not going. Now what the fuck you gonna do about that? Nigga not going. I don't give a fuck about how nigga play it. Nigga not going. Nigga posting my mama like your mama ain't dead as fuck. Go put some flowers. Bitch ass nigga wanna say some bitch grave, nigga. Man, nigga posting my mama a motherfucking legend. Your mama a motherfucking J, nigga. Stop, man, don't never think you can get on this motherfucking level and you can compete with us, nigga. We on a whole different ball game, nigga. We got a whole different type of level of respect around here, nigga. You get on that do that bitch ass shit, nigga. You a hoe ass nigga. I would say that shit to your face, nigga. Nigga, man, nigga not going. Nigga not going.
Celebrate you.
Yes, sir.
But if you get a chance, you hear me? You hear me, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
If you get a chance,
yes, sir.
Please tell 50 bring his ass on out here and get this smoke.
Oh, Jesus.
Please tell 50 Cent get his hit records and come on and sit down and see what the South got to say. Goddamn it.
Jesus Christ. You say you want that man to see all full-fledged what the South got.
I want him to see what the South got to say. Now listen, hey, I'm the king below the Mason-Dixon line, king of the South. I speak for all of the Southern people. New York been saying shit under their breath about us and having little bullshit, slick-ass comments about us, thinking it's all slow down here. But they want to come down here and go to our malls and go to our clubs. But then they want to kick it like, nigga, we substandard when they get back up top. Well, celebrate you.
Yes, sir.
But if you get a chance, top. Well, that shit stop right now.
Yeah, you say you done with that.
That shit stop right now, goddammit. The king say that shit stop. He say he the king of New York. And if he don't want to do it, and one of them other niggas up there who got a goddamn catalog want to pull up, tell him come see the king. Don't come around me. Come sit down with me.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, too. I'm here for it.
Tell him come see. Goddammit. Andre told him the South had something to say, and I'm saying it.
You saying what needs to be said, bottom line.
Hey, period. Ain't no motherfucking dispute. We the shit. They last year. We the future. So anybody don't like it, come see the king. And we gonna start with 50. And if he don't want to do it, then we gonna go pick somebody else. But in order for him to not, he either gonna have to accept the challenge or bitch up. Go top. Well,
Diva, he the king.
Period.
Down below the Mason-Dixon line, okay? I said, come on, the Mason-Dixon line. You better be the king below the line. Okay.
Y'all want to talk about us, but then y'all come down here, y'all party in our clubs.
Diva, anything that you would like to say? And I'm gonna change our background. Sorry, y'all. Let me say this. Okay.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You know, I cringed when T.I. T.I. was like, y'all go put some respect on his name, okay?
He said, I'm going to start with 50, but if 50 won't want to come, whoever go pull up.
Who next? If he don't want the smoke, he still got the smoke for whoever want to come behind him, okay? Now listen, you know, I'm all about respect, Diva, you know? And in order to get respect, you got to earn it, okay? But when you fooling with somebody like 50 Cent, respect go out the door.
No. You know what? 50 Cent might have met his match.
Yeah, well.
Because Lil Man said don't play with his mama. Now, he ain't have to do that on 50 Cent mother.
Not go dig your mama up and take a picture with her. Oh my God.
He said my father tip. Child, this is, but 50 Cent fight with everybody. But he got the right family. Because they not backing down. And Tip done made a whole song about 50.
I see in that too.
No, he playing with the wrong people. And Tip is standing on business, not digging up. You know, listen, when I was growing up, Roy, and you know, we didn't do all it. I'm not saying there was no gun violence, but the gun violence and all of that now is just out of control, right? But it was a lot of, you went back and forth with people just talking smack, right? But the minute somebody said your mama, that was a wrap. All bets off.
Yeah.
So, you know, 50 was playing, but when he posted, he said he don't play about his mama. So he don't give a darn what's going on. He said he don't play about his mother. And he said his mother a legend. He said, what your mother do?
Go put some flowers on her dead grave. Oh my God.
Yeah, and T.I. backed them up. They standing on business, for real, for real. They stand on business. He said, he called the line. He said, ain't nobody coming for me. This Mason line, wherever he said it was.
The Mason-Dixon line and below, baby, okay? He is the king, okay? And whoever got something to say about it, come on down here and let's talk about it. Because he got the time and the space. He said, ain't nothing but space and opportunity. What's up? And if you don't want to go, bring who want it.
He said he's tired of New York, New Jersey playing on his name.
Now, was this a call for Jay-Z as well?
I don't know who that was a call for, but you know what? I wouldn't go. I'd be like, you know what? You are the king. I'm good. He said we've been playing with him too long. We be saying the South is soft, and he letting the people know he ain't soft. He told whoever that was on the phone, he said, bring him. Tell him to come on. Because I'm the king, and y'all be coming out here to our clubs. He ain't have to do all of us like that.
Paige said he spoke for NOLA, Alabama, and Texas. All the South, okay?
Boom.
Well, who gonna check him, boo? Okay?
Nobody.
This is married to medicine, my love.
I'm the king. Period. Well, you know what, honey? You better go down there and give him his crown.
Listen, I'm here for it.
Listen, them kids love my mama. He said, don't play by my mama.
Because your mama dead anyways.
Tara, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. Woo, people, well, that was the street news. And, honey, that street news had me tickled because, honey, he wasn't playing on that phone.
He meant what he said. T.I. said it. King said it. And prayers to everybody involved in this situation, Diva, because this could get real ugly real quick. I've said in the past, we know that 50 Cent and T.I. he'd have been.
He said he the king of the South.
Look, Diva, my mother who died in 2010.
Child. Listen, Lorraine said T.I. is king. The man has built a whole low income with over 3K homes in Atlanta. No, he the king of the South. That's why I said, no, I ain't fooling with him. He not playing. He's standing on business. Yeah, king is a mess, but you know what, though? He ain't playing about his mother. He said, I don't give a darn. No, you don't play. He said, you don't play my mother like that. He said, she a legend.
And what's your mother?
What's her group name?
Escape.
His mother.
He said his mama is a legend, and your mother is dead. Go put some flowers on your dead mama grave. I said, oh my God.
He said, dig her up and take a picture.
Oh, and you know, Diva, there used to, like you said, there used to be a time where like talking about people's mom, especially a dead mama, that was completely off limits. Like, but there are no limits anymore. I mean, people say what they want to say, do what they want to do, and I do want to say this. I pray and hope that it does not turn violent. That is all that I'm asking. Is that let's not be violent. We can talk trash all day. Let's do a rap battle. Let's handle this in a professional manner to the streets, you know, outside of gun violence and fighting and all of that. Pow, excuse me. Let's have a rap battle and let's settle it fair and square.
50 Cent ain't showing up though. T.I. said that behind the scenes he had agreed to a verses and then he backed out.
Ooh.
That man said he the king of the South and he ain't playing. I will give T.I. this. That song he got out, and you know I could listen to all kind of music where he in, but that song he got out is everything. The new song he dropped, it's I like the song. I like the beat.
I like a blitz of it earlier today. I caught a blitz of it earlier today. So
and I'm not talking about the one he did about 50. I'm talking about his actual song he dropped from his album.
Okay.
People is jamming to the song.
I didn't even know he had dropped a new song.
Oh, yeah. Because he claimed this is going to be his last, I guess, piece of work, album or whatever. But no, he dropped this song.
Retirement. Well, look, if you're gonna go in retirement, this is how you do it, with a bang. You go
with a bang. The song is really cute, it's really catchy. He still got it. That's why I guess he know. He said he the king of the South. Boom, you want to come for him, come. And he take on anybody. You ain't had to do New York and New Jersey like that though.
He called y'all out and said, "What's up? Come on down here below the Mason-Dixon line and see what's up."
I ain't fooling with that Mason-Dixon. And he said, y'all come to our clubs. He said, now take that. He said, I'm tired of y'all talking about the South is soft.
He said, this ain't y'all house. This is my daddy's house.
I ain't say that. He called out all 5 boroughs. He sure did, Paige, and he ain't had to do that. You fighting with 50. You ain't gotta do that, T.I.
Oh my God. He said, come one, come all. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
They said they don't call it the dirty South for nothing. Well, honey. Oh, yeah. Stephanie, he was wrong. He mad at 50. He ain't got to drag all of us in there. He said, yeah, and people from Atlanta come up here to our clubs in New York. T.I. ain't saying nothing, she said. Honey, but you know what? You know what, though? He was on that phone talking that smack. But you know what I have to say, though? Don't talk about nobody, mother.
Yeah, no.
So 50 Cent started it, and King said he was going to finish it. He said he don't play about his mother. Now, do King... okay, I ain't gonna do this because I don't talk about the kids, but yeah, we did need a little translation about what King was saying.
Oh, okay.
But I caught that he said he don't play about his mama though. I caught that he said he don't play about his mama.
Listen, he said what he said. He stood on business, and he said, "Go put some flowers on your dead mama grave," and that's that on that.
And not dig her up.
And take a picture.
Child. Oh, you ain't had to do that, but I hear you. You say he want to play with your mama, you gotta play with his. Listen, child. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get into this Real Housewives of Atlanta recap reunion part 2, uncensored, baby. And you know what? This thing is uncensored. Now, y'all gotta give me a break because Roy is sick, and you know he usually give us all the notes. So it's on me tonight. And y'all y'all don't come for me. I have to go T.I. on y'all.
Don't make her come across the borough of Jersey, okay?
I'm that girl starting at the New Jersey Turnpike. Okay.
Cross this line if you want to. God.
All right,
Listen,
y'all.
before we get into this, make sure
Yeah.
y'all hit that like button for us. We truly appreciate your participation tonight, and hit that share button. Let the people know that we are live recapping part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac.
All right, y'all. So listen, we get back to the reunion. It's reunion part 2, season 10, episode 19. It's called Uncensored. We're still on this Ashley and Wendy thing where they're going back and forth about the one social security number, and she's saying 67. And what they said is that they had a lot of credit cards. I think they said like 57 credit cards or something like that, but whatever. And Wendy was pretty much like, listen, I got one social security number too. And then Wendy said Ashley is full of it because Andy asked her, like, can you forgive her? Like, what is the problem? Can you accept her apologies? And she said that Ashley is full of crap because she said at BravoCon, Ashley, you know, pretty much said that she was she said that Ashley, you know, had apologized to the joke that she was making about Wendy. She said she took it too far when, you know, when hearing that about Wendy going to jail. But then later on, Wendy found out that Ashley said to Stacey via text that she don't give a crap that Wendy got locked up. She said Wendy is getting what she deserves. She the one that got herself in this trouble, so that's her business. And so Wendy said, you know, that Ashley just had it out for her pretty much. And she said she knew it, and they kind of went back and forth. But Andy, I won't say what I don't like right here. When Andy was done with a conversation, he just kind of cut them off. Now, I wasn't liking that, right? He was like, okay, we're done. We're not going to get anywhere with this. So I was just like, you know what? I know that they're editing it, and I'm sure this thing is really long, but I don't like the way they doing this cutoff of the editing because I feel like Andy is just like, people are trying to make a point, and Andy's just like, I'm done with it, and he's like moving on. So anyway, that was their thing between that, right? And you know, Ashley, you know, we heard about Ashley texting Stacey, right? And Ashley claims that the group is different because this is kind of like their little Ashley package, right? Ashley claims that the group is different and they're too sensitive. She said back in the day, you know, they were all just kind of joke and drag each other, and it was a kiki and a ha-ha, and they would move on. She says that she feels that now she has to adjust to the group's sensitivity because things that happened before, if it happens now, it just turns out to be a big deal. And Jazelle chimed in and she kind of agreed. And I will say, I do agree with them on this. Jazelle chimed in and was like, yeah, like the whole chin check thing, she said, and just different things. She said, it just dragged out so long. And she said back in the day, you know, Ashley mentioned how Karen would, you know, say all kinds of things and they would just move on from it, right? And, you know, Angel talked about how she showed up as her authentic self. Angel is long suffering, and I'm over her right here. You know, how she showed up as her authentic self, and you know, she just wished that she could have showed her more bubbly side. Angel, you missed the opportunity during the season, and Angel, you are missing the opportunity also on the couch. So, Angel, you got an F during the season, and you will continue to get an F, right? So, well, as we did the Ashley, you know. This was Ashley's moment. And, you know, Andy said that Ashley had her second bloom. He enjoyed seeing her sister, you know, the whole Josh and her mom situation. And so, you know, in Mauricio. So they kind of talked about all of that in her segment. And he asked her, how much money did she get from the Michael divorce settlement? He said, did you get 20 million? She said she would never tell this group and she wouldn't say. She said co-parenting is going very well. She said, Josh, she still hangs out with Josh. And so they did a whole thing with, you know, how she was wrong to Josh, how she broke up with him on screen. And then Stacey said that actually afterwards, you know, Ashley kind of just did that to have a moment on screen. And they all said that was just so messed up the way that, you know, Ashley treated him. But you know what? He's the fool to still continue to go with him. So if he's going for punishment and he want to accept it, whatever, right? So Stacey said you humiliated Josh on camera and you did that on purpose, okay? And so they did a whole thing with that. Now, Charisse, she claims, had laughed when she initially told Sharice that her and that Sharice and her son kissed, right? And she said, although she alluded to on Watch What Happens Live with Andy and in other instances that she did more with Sharice's son, she said it's not true. She claims that they only kiss, right? So, and she said she was shocked about Sharice's true feelings because she only found out her true feelings when she started to go on this whole press tour, acting as if she was so appalled by, her kissing her son, when she said that Sharice was saying for years, you should be my daughter-in-law and you and my son should get together. So that was a whole thing with that. She said she couldn't tell much about her sister and her sister's father. She got mad. She said to Andy, don't call him my stepfather. And she said, she didn't want to tell much about the stepfather business. And I get that. But she said her sister is doing well. And she said that her mom health is not, it's okay. And she said, they did the whole Mauricio thing. And, she was like, no, I wasn't trying to talk to Mauricio like that. Right. And which I thought was kind of messed up is when he said something about a politician, and Stacey was like, a politician? She couldn't have ever dated a politician. And she was like, what do you mean by that? She said, the whole thing you did with Sharice's son. She said, I'm an upstanding person, right? Because actually Stacey said, with your history, you wouldn't be dating no politician. And she said, I'm an upstanding person. And so she was like, what you did with Sharice's son. And I mean, she said, capital U, upstanding. I'm like, Ashley, you're a waste of our time. Kierra's a waste of our time. And Angel's a waste of our time. And I'm going to throw Tia in the bucket too, a waste of our time. And Jazzy, but we'll get to those too. I think I pretty much covered everything with the whole Ashley situation.
Okay. This is what I have to say just real quickly. Wendy clocked Ashley. She got her together. We see you. You meant me no good. What you said is what you meant, and what you meant is what you said. So keep your apologies and stay over there on that side of the couch. Don't act like you don't have mug shots, Ashley, out here like you miss prim and proper. No, ma'am. You got mug shots too. You ain't no bigger and better than nobody else. And Wendy clocked it on you. So and I also appreciate Stacey holding Ashley accountable as well for her behavior and the things that she said about Wendy. Thank you, Stacey. Keep her together. In regards to the conversation of, and in my opinion, I feel like Ashley only said this to get the heat off of her because you are nasty, you are rude, and you're mean and disrespectful about, especially a lot of the things that you say. And you don't want to take responsibility for it. So you try to put it all on. Well, Karen started this. You don't have to do what Karen do. Be you. But obviously you was nasty and rude. So it fit right in for you. But I love the way that the girls got her together. Ashley is just messy and she always has been. So nothing is changing about that. She is trash, as we said earlier this season, for this Josh situation. I didn't like how that went down. But Josh, he still went along with it. So if he fine with it, I guess I'll be fine with it too. Let's see. Ashley flirting with Sharice's son. Out of pocket and out of line. I don't care what anybody says. And let's just put your children. And see, that's the thing, Diva. It's all good and dandy until it's on your doorstep. Now, what if one of these ladies, when your kids get over, want to come over and holler at them? We're only 10 years apart. So what?
Yeah.
You know his mama. You've been in relationship with his mom. Even if she was making kiki and he jokes about you being her daughter-in-law and all of this, you should be woman enough to say, this is my girlfriend, that's her son, and we're going to separate the two.
That part. I agree.
And then
it's disgusting.
It is disgusting. And Ashley has already shown us that she's disgusting and disrespectful because you went to Jazzy's bachelorette party licking all over this married or this woman who's about to get married. What are we doing? What are we doing? And I got to address Jazzy about that later because you was so upset about Tia and this man talking about you and this man with 2 teeth and 2 dreads. But then you over here letting Ashley lick and kiss and all of this all on you. Girl, have several seats.
Not 2 teeth and 2 dreads. I cannot, but yeah. I do think I'm gonna be honest with you, Roy. Yeah, I do think she was trying to have a moment because that was stupid.
It was stupid. It was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel bad for Ashley and her mom in that whole situation. I think that we have watched I can't remember what her name is, but we have watched her mom throughout the years kind of struggle, in my personal opinion, with substance abuse in regards to alcohol. And it just seems like that's a battle that her mom is going to have to fight on her own. And Ashley is going to have to learn to accept that her mom is just not ready to let that go.
Yeah.
And she is also going, in my opinion, going to have to step up and be an example for her sister, because obviously her sister does not have an example from her mother or her father. So Ashley, you need to do better. You got a lot of work to do on yourself, because you got your sister and your 2 boys coming up behind you watching to see what you're doing.
Well, thank God for Uncle Lump, because he keeps it real.
Shout out to Uncle Lump, because if you want to roll around in the mud with pigs, let it be. I said, come on, Uncle Lump, rolling around in the mud with pigs. And then Ashley's children's book, Diva, I was just like,
I forgot all about that.
It's interesting to me how, and somebody has said this, Ashley likes to lean into her blackness when it's convenient for her. And I don't like it. And I'm going to call it out. But I guess we'll see what comes of this book.
Well, she only had one little chocolate sister on the book. I didn't understand what the book was really about. I forgot all about it, Royer. Yeah. She bust out that cover from underneath the seat. I'm sick of like this hidden stuff. It's stupid to me now, stupid. Right? Yeah.
It's falling flat.
She waited 10 years to come up with a bit. And then it's just no one is buying that. Nobody, you ain't lying, Steph. Ain't nobody buying that book. Yeah, Team Uncle Lump. I was just like, me and the boys, what they learned about what I don't even know. Like, I'm just, girl. She would have been better off saying, writing a book about being a kid of 2 different races, like a mixed kid or whatever. I don't know. I was like, whatever. So, and Jazelle dated Jazelle. When I see her and Ashley are kind of like in cahoots together.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
When they mentioned the politician, Jazelle was like, "Oh, I thought y'all was talking about me because I dated a congressman." And of course, the congressman is not going to come on TV. Jazelle, you have no storyline. You have no man. Whatever. We're sick of you. Like, Anywho, so that's that. Yeah, in Ashley's. So now we do this whole Keiarna thing. And somebody had put in the chat earlier that Keiarna gets an F. Keiarna gets an F.
Yes.
They must have told her step it up or she's not going to come back. Because she kept interrupting Angel every time Angel wanted to speak. I can speak for myself. She's nasty work, Keiarna. She's nasty work. I'm not liking her. I'm not liking the way she's appearing on this show and in this reunion at all, right? So, Keiarna, they did the whole Keiarna Greg thing. They was like, Andy asked her about the ring. Andy asked her how she felt about Jazelle saying now he don't have no reason to propose for you. Andy talked about how the madness and sadness. Yeah, that's crazy. Andy talked about how the viewers were like, you would rather have a condo versus a commitment. She pulls out this picture frame and she's sitting there holding it, looking like a whole fool. Ooh. And when she was like, "Oh, I can see how they would think like about the ring, but I'm good. We're good." Kierna, I just want her off my screen. She's a waste of our time. And I'm saying that as respectfully as I can, right? And she was like, I can speak for myself, Angel. Andy. And then she didn't say nothing that had to do with a commitment. She was like, Andy, I've been a hard worker since I've been 23. I've owned my own businesses and yada, 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 who, right? So then they did the whole thing, what happened between Wendy and Kay. So Kierna, another thing that I thought was deplorable of her, she did act as if Wendy had nothing to say to her at that event. And to see that there was a picture of those two hugging, and then she wanted to try to show a room and saying that picture wasn't from that room. But Kierna, if that picture was from the same day, you're going to need to go somewhere and sit down, because you was making it seem as if Wendy wasn't checking for you at all whatsoever. And if this girl hugged you at the event, that's why I was like, okay, I don't like Kay. I'm just, I'm sick of it. When Kierna said that Stacey was acting like a black Karen, I was like, okay, see, Kierna is reaching. I'm sick of her. And then when Andy said, but you're ordering cheese around somebody that's allergic. So Stacey was like, okay, so now I was trying to kill her. And when Kay tried to say how messed up it was or whatever the case may be, Jazelle and them said, but you chin checked your friend the whole season. So Kay's little part where I was like, boo, boo.
Yeah.
And she's just getting so aggressive. Like, I could talk for myself. Let me talk. Let me this. Let me that. Child.
It was so whack.
It was.
Per usual, and I said this in my notes, per usual, Kay fell flat.
Yeah.
This picture fell flat. Yep. You was trying to make a moment, pulling out this picture frame. You love picture frames, and Greg knows you. Stop it.
We always talk about the big picture.
Yeah. You and Greg look like a fool. Both of y'all.
And it was more. Greg is doing what he do. He playing her.
I was just like, wow. Like Jazelle said, nobody's going to give you a ring. You moving in with this man. What reason do he have to give you a ring? You're giving him everything that he needs. You're doing wife duties without a ring. And you think he's going to put a ring on it? Mm-mm. He went to the store during the season and looked at rings and still came back with a picture frame. And you put a note in the picture. Just stupidness. I was like, this is dumb. Kay, obviously she came into this season with an agenda to just hate Wendy, because like Angel, no matter what anybody said to you, you stood on business about disliking Wendy, she not doing what she said she did, all of this BS. For Wendy to then turn around and show us an actual picture of y'all hugging at the event. What was the problem? Because she didn't speak to you over the podium while she was talking? You're not that darn important. She's at an event speaking. She is the speaker of the event, and she's supposed to stop in the middle of her speech. Hey, Kay, it's good to... No! Girl! Mm-hmm. And you still got a hello at the end of the day. So what did it really matter? But you set up on this screen and try to play like that it never happened, that she completely ignored you. That's why and now I understand why Wendy's reaction was what it was, Diva, when they went and sat down at the pier. That one episode, they went and sat at the pier and talked. Yep. And I understood why Wendy was being the way she was, because this was stupid. It was stupid. She spoke to you. She gave you a hug. And it wasn't even like a hey. You got an actual hug from her. You're smiling in the picture. You seem satisfied. What was the issue this whole season? Kay is not a friend to Angel or anybody else, because the way that you continuously disrespected Angel, not only during the season, but then got on this couch when she tried to defend you. She tried to defend you for you and your relationship, and you still looking at her like, I got this. I could. Obviously, you don't have it, because the girls are still reading you down and getting you together. Girl, bye. Diva, I said earlier, there's some people that need to be demoted to a friend role. She is one of them. Yeah. Take her flute back. Take it back.
Now go to her house and collect the flute.
Okay. And then this is my last thing on this, and we can move on. I want this aggressive conversation to stop, Diva. I want to stop this aggression thing. I want it to stop across all Bravo platforms. Stop this aggression mess, because there are real aggressors out here who are really doing that stuff, and we're giving them the wrong entitlement and the wrong name and thinking that what they're doing is okay. Stop this aggression stuff.
Yeah, it's getting on my nerves too, right? It's like the go-to word now. No, I agree with you. I don't
but somebody said it in the chat earlier that she does not have the vocabulary to articulate what she really wants to say. So you just say anything and let anything fall out your mouth, Kay. And it's showing. Your ignorance is showing, honey. It's showing.
So yeah, I'm over her. Jazzy, I'm over now too. It seemed like Jazzy is not really 100% authentic. You know, when she came out with that dress on, did you see Andy's face?
Let me tell you, top tier shade goes to Andy Cohen for the night, okay? Because he had the shade for everybody. Everybody.
But you gotta go. If y'all did not see Andy's face when she came out with that gown on, you gotta go back and look at it again. I swear to goodness, I wish they wouldn't like ding us so bad if we played a little clip.
Right.
Yeah, his face, honey, it said everything. He was like, I said, Andy. So, you know, she came out. I didn't like her hair, that all going with back look. Whoever her stylist was did her dirty too.
It was horrible.
She came out and I was sick. And he turned to Wendy, he said, what's with all the Nigerian stuff? Because remember her dress was Nigerian. Stacey is stuck on the whole Nigerian thing. So Jazzy comes out. He asked her, did she ever meet Cardi B? She said she wasn't at that one game that Cardi B went to. She said she got on a corset. That's why she's sitting there like all choked up and tight, or whatever the case may be. She gets into it with Kay and tell Kay that, you know, you stole Greg from his wife. And then Kay stands up and was like, oh, I'm all this, I'm all that. My dress, that whole scene between those two, and Kay thinking she doing something. Oh, don't spend your 15 minutes on me. Kay, at one time you was a friend of the show too, and at the end of the couch. And I think that they only gave Kay a flute because of that whole fight scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think that's the only reason why Kay got a flute. But like you said, they need to go collect it back. And I could drive to Potomac and get it for them. Because we sick of Kay. I'm over her. She definitely gets an F. And I mean, what else did Jazzy really say? Jazzy was a whole hot stinking mess. They talked about Jazzy and the whole Tia situation. That was just, and they might have did that during Tia's time, but either way, that was just, Jazzy was nasty work also. Yeah, she was. It was just stupid to me. The Jazzy and Tia situation was stupid. The Kay and Jazzy situation was stupid. And then I do believe, Stacey, that Jazzy was filming, like recording everybody's phone call. I do believe that she was doing that. I wasn't here for it. Jazzy got clocked by Tia. You're a friend to no one. You failed at your job. Child. So yeah, I wasn't here for it, Roya.
Yeah. I didn't care for any of it either. I was trying to find that clip with Andy's face so that we could just show it real quick. But you know,
I'm gonna see if I can find it, because
I'm looking for it now. But
okay.
Jazzy, shout out to her 6-month anniversary. She's been married for 6 months, so congratulations to her man.
Oh yeah.
You know, woo woo. Honk the horn, Greg.
Oh God.
Kay, she just falls flat every single time. It falls flat. Now, what I will give Jazzy is shout out to Jazzy for spinning the story, because the story was that she stole Darius from his baby mama. But you came out on the couch and spent the whole story around. If you're gonna come and do it, that's how you spin a story, okay?
That's how you do the boomerang. But you know what, Roy is? She what's the name? Kay put out a whole statement, saying how she didn't still, she's not going to go with these false narratives and whatever else she said. Did you see that statement?
Yeah, I brushed past it.
Yeah.
You was like, past it. I was like, okay, next. The whole I didn't recognize you on the train yesterday because when Jazzy came out, she said that when Jazzy came out, she said that Kay did not speak to her because Andy asked, how their relationship was and all of that. And so, I was just like, girl, like yet again, another failed flat attempt to try to get somebody together, I guess. It was just so stupid to me. Let's see. What else did I want to say?
So Kay was being nasty with that. And again, Angel needs to realize that she's not your friend, because Kay was trying to say in a lot of ways catfish. Because she said, oh, she looks beautiful now, but I didn't recognize her on the train. And Andy was like, but you said you looked up and that was Jazzy. I don't know. Kay is stupid. She gets an F. You gotta make it. Did you wait? You see? You see his face?
Did they see it? I'm gonna pause it.
He told everybody they look beautiful when they came out. He didn't say nothing to Jazzy.
Nothing. All he said was, what's up with this Nigerian design from everybody?
Andy didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that, but no, he played her out.
And then, unfortunately, and this was right before Jazzy came out. Wendy said she was tired of doing work, so bring Jazzy out. Jazzy, she made Wendy look bad because Jazzy did not bring the work at all. At all. I didn't see no work brought other than the, you stole Greg from his wife. That was the only thing that was like, oh, okay, all right now. But other than that, I get Tia is up next. So if you want to talk about her, because I had a few things to say about that as well.
Yeah, because I have to. So Tia was like,
oh my God.
Andy was like, Tia, how'd you feel? This was Tia's first year. She was like, I felt like, I was gonna, just like people misunderstood Lisa Vanderpump. I felt like they was gonna misunderstand me. And, because of the language barrier. She said her husband did not like that nanny comment to the point where now he like, you take the kids, you do this, you do that. She said, abusive language, talk is my love language. She sounded stupid. Abusive talk is your love language. And Angie talked about how he loved, to sing with her sister. We need to be feeding Andy questions in his ear. Love to sing with the sister. The sister is still like the redheaded stepchild because she didn't get to take a picture on the steps in the daddy's house. Okay, she was the camera person. But anywho, yeah, cute scene. She said family is everything. So like, because her father wanted so bad for them to be closer when he was alive, when he passed, she decided to get closer to her sister, and Jazelle kind of jumped in, and I understood Giselle's pain because, she was close to her dad. And she said that what, NJ, Jazzy did look pregnant. Because I didn't want to say anything because I felt like Jazzy had got a little thicker. But you're right, she did look like she could perhaps be pregnant, right? But that's a shame because she done squeezed that baby in that corset. Now that ain't right if she is pregnant. But okay, so Jazelle says, I'm gonna fight you right here. Or you know what happens? You know what happens too when you first get in a relationship, not even just married. You know how when you first get in a relationship where y'all be going out to eat all the time. Somebody in a relationship get those thicker.
Come on, happy weight. That's the happy love weight.
It's the happy love weight. Yeah, Yeah. So anyway, then maybe it's that, you know, because it's 6 months. It's been 6 months since they got married. But anywho, so oh God. Woo, child, I fool with you. So okay, yeah, freshman 15, yeah, all that. So and so Jazelle talked about, you know, how she lost the battle to be the benefactor of her father's legacy. And she said that wife is the devil. Okay, but she said in spite of all of that, they are still out in Houston. They building a park in her daddy's name. Okay. So you know, she said, yeah, she said the wife is evil. She said, even though that, right. So she said people online was like, oh, Jazelle just want the money. She said, ain't about the money. She said it's about the fact that her father had a legacy. And I get it, Roya, because when your father is a Martin Luther King, or like her father was, who was very prominent, you know, in the civil rights and in the community, when they pass on, you get to say as the benefactor, like, okay, yes, y'all could do a museum in his name, or y'all could do this, or you could do that. But with the wife being a benefactor, she's going to have to say on everything. So I do now. I understand better about, you know, Jazelle's fight, but unfortunately she lost the fight, which I never thought she was going to win, because how can you win over the wife? The wife trumps everything. He married her, he chose her, so what are you going to do, right? That whole Tia and Jazzy situation, Tia got me all screwed up. Okay, he said he the king of the South.
He calling you to the Mason-Dixon live there. He calling you out.
Okay, he gonna take on anybody. He was serious with holding that phone, and the guy was like, "Oh, okay." But anyway, so
not Kevin Hart of all people. It was Kevin Hart.
Oh well, I didn't even realize it was Kevin Hart. Kevin didn't want that smoke. He was like, "Oh, he probably didn't even realize that's what that phone call was gonna be around." But anywho, you know, so Tia and Jazzy. And Tia was like, you embarrassed yourself, Jazzy. Jazzy, you did embarrass yourself. It wasn't that deep. Like, you know, like Tia said, she apologized to you and you try to make it a whole moment. It was just stupid. And Jazzy, she was a waste of time on the couch, period, point blank, right? They talked about Stacey not going to Jazzy's wedding. I forgot that. And then, you know, Stacey talked about, you know, the phone calls being recorded. That was everything on Tia.
Yeah. Okay, listen. Well, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree as we normally do, but you know, because I truly enjoyed Tia this season. I don't feel like she came in as a new castmate doing too much. I don't feel like she did too little. She came in, she introduced us to her life. She brought her sister on here. It was she was here. She did way better than Angel and Kay put together. So I will give her that. But
now, if she come back next year and y'all don't see that husband on the screen, you know why? Because she said he straight up stopped doing everything because he did not like the nanny comment. I would have never said that about my husband. And she's supposed to be Miss Prim and Proper. And she likes a nasty talk is her love language. That's not prim and proper.
Yeah.
She's a phony.
Well, for them it is, because look at the royal family. Hell, they talk to each other like complete trash.
No, not for her husband, because her husband is pissed.
Oh my God. I mean, I know that people say, and I say this a lot too, the people that you love the most, you treat the worst because you know they can handle it. Doesn't make it right, no. But you know, that's a whole nother conversation. But like I said,
Tia did an outstanding job.
I thought she did great for her first season. I really do.
That's a bit too much. Outstanding?
Compared to Kay and Angel, yes, it was a standing ovation.
That bar is very low.
Huh?
If you compare her to Kay and Jazzy, that bar is very low. And Angel,
it was low, and she beat that bar. So.
Come on, Will. She is a follower, LO, and she admitted to it and apologized for it. That part.
Well, how you doing? You know, at least she can cop to what she doing. She ain't out here faking or funking. So, you know, as I said earlier, the whole situation with her and Jazzy, she got Jazzy together because, like she said, she apologized to you immediately after you seen it was an issue. Then you want to come later on in the night, bringing it up again, being all loud and extra. And for what, Jazzy? Like, and Tia got you together. Like she said, you said that your husband didn't have a job and he went out and took out a loan so that he can buy you a house and y'all can pay cash and do all of this. I said, Tia, get her together. Read her. Let her know. Tell her what it is. This is what you said. This is what came out of your mouth, okay? There's I thought that they should have brought Tia's sister out, actually. I feel like Tia's sister needed a moment at the reunion. I just would have been totally here for it, okay? In regards
to doing too much. How you doing too much?
It would have been better than Kate.
Tia barely got on that couch. Tia barely got on that couch. Now you gonna bring her sister?
Look, she could have finally took her picture together. Let's see. You know, and I'm not celebrating in any misfortune when I say this.
Mm-hmm.
But as the old terms say, what goes around comes around.
Mm-hmm.
For Jazelle to sit up and say that this lady is evil and nasty, it speaks to who you are as a person. Evil and nasty.
Oh.
And that's why you didn't get your daddy's legacy and the things that you wanted to get to pass to your daughters. Jazelle has sat up on this TV for 10 years, been so nasty and so rude and so disrespectful to pretty much everybody on the cast.
Mm-hmm.
In order to continue your father's legacy, you don't need his stuff. You know who your father was.
You gotta be the benefactor. You do.
She can't still celebrate him, and she built the whole the Brain Society thing in his name, so you can still do stuff for your dad.
No. The benefactor has to approve everything. Like just like right now for Michael Jackson estate, there's people running it, so even his own kids can't. They don't have the final say.
Do the Brain Society thing in her dad's honor.
Because it was donations being like given, so to speak, like charity. Yeah. Okay.
But was she still able to use his name for it?
I can't remember. She might be able to, but the bigger picture is she's not going to be. And who knows if the stepmother for her on that. The bigger picture is she cannot, without that stepmother's approval, pretty much do anything.
Okay.
Now the park, because that is like, you know, state run or whatever, they could name the park after who they want. They could do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. But when she goes out the sets to do something, she's not going to be able to do it. So pretty much now the stepmother owns the legacy.
Mm. Well, if you was a little nicer to her, maybe things would have been different. But
well, that stepmother, you know, even though I'm gonna say, you know, Jazelle is Jazelle. That stepmother's probably evil. She knew who she married. She married into a legacy, and now you want to take it from his biological kids. And you know that father loved Jazelle and those girls.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe either that father would have cut them out of the will. I don't believe that. So do I think that the stepmother did a little something? She did, but you know what? That means that Jazelle can't profit off the father's legacy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not the biggest Jazelle fan, but I don't think this was about Jazelle profiting off of her dad's legacy. We have seen on this show with our own eyes how much Jazelle's father loved her.
She was a daddy's girl, for sure.
A daddy's girl. And on top of that, to be very honest with you, like she said, when her and Jamal Bryant broke up, Pop stepped in like dad. He was at every single event for them girls, right? Ironically, her father hates Jazelle's choice too. He was there for everything for them girls. And remember, when he did come on the screen, remember when he was mad? He did it for Jazelle, but remember when he was mad that she was even pretending to get back with Jamal because he was like, "Don't that man got like 10 kids or whatever the case may be?" So the father, they loved each other. I really don't think for Jazelle this was about money at all. I don't. And Jazelle is not a spender like that from what we see. Jazelle is another one, kind of like Candy. She bought that house in foreclosure.
Yeah, very modest.
She renovated it. It's very modest. And you don't see Jazelle buying every single second Louis, Gucci. Nah, I don't think this was about money for Jazelle. This was about her father, the love, and the legacy. Just like, Karen went to Surrey County and got the key to the city. Oh
my God.
That's what that was about. Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, that was all I had to say. I really enjoyed Tia's moment. She got Jazzy together. Jazzy couldn't say anything afterwards. I mean, everything she said was true, and I think Tia, she had a fun season. Like she said, you showed up to be a friend and you were a friend to no one and you failed at your job. So
she did that with that. Okay. And now we're entering Monique into the building. She had.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Because I addressed this too.
Yes.
Jazzy recording everybody's phone calls, Diva. What the heck was that about? Wendy said you did the same thing. Stacey said you did the same thing. Ashley was over there shaking her head, and so was Angel and Kay. What's up with that, Jazzy? Why you out here recording the phone calls?
Because she know people lie, because that's what the show is about. And it's messy. That's why she had information about stuff Kay said about Wendy, because she's recording phone calls. That's what it was about. Paige said Jazzy is a narc. It was, yeah. Man, when we talked about how Andy just moved on from stuff really quickly, I didn't like that, right? But so I believe 100% that she records the phone calls, and I believe 100% that she told Tia about this 150K and how it was borrowed or whatever the case may be. I do think that Jazzy, she's joining the group with the lies. They all lie, so they all lie, and she's not above the lies either. We ushered in Monique. She went crazy with the pyramid thing. She had a pyramid on the back of her. She had her hairdo was a pyramid. And Andy gaslit her, talking about, I really see the change in you, Monique. Well, I'm glad he see it, because I must be blind, because I'm gonna go get new glasses again.
No, Andy need to go to Lens Crafter, not us. Andy, that's what I said.
I was like, Andy, stop this. You saw the healing in her. That pyramid, those triangles, it was ridiculous. It was stupid. And Monique swears she be doing the darn thing. This one I'm going to give to Monique. Her skin is flawless. Beautiful. Her face is gorgeous. But honey, the hairdo, the outfit, it was upside down pyramid. It was just stupid to me, right? I didn't like it at all. So he said how he tried to get her to come back to the Ultimate Girlship, and she didn't come because she wasn't ready. He really respected her for that. I would have respected if she declined to come back this time as a friend of, because she wasted our time. Yeah. She comes out with the binder and she has healing, right? But backstage, she talking about, I love getting those beads together. Where's the healing? And Jazelle is fake when it comes to Monique. I think she dealing with her because she knows she has to. Because when you see the true facial expressions, like when Monique was coming out and when she was talking to Monique, it wasn't all love. She wanted to play like, I was glad me and Monique had to sit down. And, I feel like if we would have back then, if we would have just talked, we would have been friends. Now we ain't never going to be besties. I was like, Jazelle, stop.
Yeah.
Jazelle, stop. She said she got a cease and desist because she had lunch or dinner with Ashley, and she got another cease and desist from her ex. And I was just like, and she just thinks it's so funny to keep saying that part of what changed with her is that she lost 350 pounds. She's talking about Chris, right? And I'm like, why does she think that's so funny? Like, why does she keep saying that? This is like the second time she said that. She said that when she came and met the girls. Now she's saying it on stage. And I'm like, girl, all right, it's not funny, right? She said she did a lot of self-reflection. And then, you know, they get into this whole thing with Stacey, and Stacey, you know, either talking to Chris, not talking to Chris, or whatever. Now, the scene that was interesting to me was Bobby standing on business too. He ain't had 2 words for Monique.
You think Bobby is here for the reunion? You think he's here?
No, because they're not bringing out the men, because he would be the only man. Who else would be there?
Eddie.
Oh, that's right, Eddie.
Bring Eddie out. Bring Eddie out.
You know what though? Yeah. You know what though? I don't think they are, because it's not, it would just be like you said, it would be Greg, Eddie, and
his husband.
Yeah, Tia husband ain't coming out.
Oh, because he mad.
Yeah. And I don't even think, did they film in New York? I think they did.
Yes. Uh-huh.
They did. And he ain't fly to New York with her. He ain't fly to New York with her. So Bobby though, he's standing on business, because I do think Monique overstepped when it came to her psychoanalyzing Angel's relationship. Now, I ain't gotta like Angel to call a thing a thing. And I do think Monique was wrong. I thought it was messy. You're not in this girl's marriage, and just because yours didn't work out, people kill me. When, you know, now you out of your bad relationship and you want to come look at mine and try to save me. I don't need to be saved. I'm good. Me and my man good. Okay. So I think that whole thing was messed up. And then she was like, Bobby was rude, but that was not. No, I don't think that. I don't think so. No, listen. If I ain't speaking to somebody, my man ain't speaking to them neither.
Okay.
You not gonna,
unless you want to have some beef with me, okay? That part.
You're not going to disrespect my man and then wonder why he didn't speak it to you, right? Oh, that's why I forgot Timo, right? Yeah. Okay. So, you know, I think because she did too much on their marriage, and she tried to act like she wasn't coming for their marriage on that couch. But let's be clear. You kept to anybody that would listen. You was like, I see the signs, and that's what happened between me and Chris, and I just don't want. And you look like you need help, Monique. Yes, Monique was wrong, but she said Monique was wrong, and
Monique was wrong, and she should have apologized for placing the narrative on Angel's marriage. Yes,
she was dead wrong. She was dead wrong. And then and she was like, well, when Bobby saw me, he didn't speak. You ain't nothing to speak to, boo. You ain't nothing to speak to, because you didn't have no healing. And if you really had healing, when she saw Bobby and said hello, she should have said, you know what, Bobby, can I really talk to you? What I did on air was wrong. Because listen, she didn't like it when they was trying to act like Chris was aggressive. Right. But then afterwards, she wanted to talk about how Chris was aggressive. But remember when she was on the show, still married to him, and Jazelle brought a bodyguard because she acted like Chris was about to beat her down. You know, she thought that narrative was wrong. So why would you turn around and put this narrative on Angel's husband? It's wrong. Yeah. And then you got to understand that Bobby, like Chris, is a big black guy. Like when I say big, I mean like tall. He's
tall,
like,
muscular built. Yeah.
So that's what they love to put on. Like he's the angry big black guy, and he's wrong for not speaking to Monique. No, I wouldn't have spoke to her either. Go kick rocks, Monique. And then at the end, with no shoes on. And then at the end, you know, she. And then boy, at the end, she gonna pull up this video. She got some video with Stacey apparently telling Chris that Monique was filming with the kids. See, there's a lot of stuff that's funny with Stacey, but then there's stuff where I do think Stacey goes too far.
Mm-hmm.
And if she told Chris that Monique was filming with the kids, I think that's too far.
Too far. Way too far.
Because we didn't see the kids, did we?
No, I don't. Not that I can recall, love.
Yeah.
And it definitely oversteps a boundary. But that is something that these ladies in this group specifically seem to consistently do, is overstep boundaries. Shout out to all the cease and desists that have come out in 25 and 26. Okay, everybody getting a cease and desist. Everybody. Okay,
everybody.
I said, come on for the cease and desist. I said we gonna flip the table like Tamar too. I was here for it all. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot. Right?
Obviously, Andy needs to run down to the lens crafter and get his glasses checked, because for Monique to even bring the binder that you brought out when it was your worst time of your life, why would you bring that back up? For what? Yeah. What did you need to bring it out for? What was the purpose? What was the reason? No change has happened. You lost control at your event that you were supposed to be hosting to bring the ladies together. You bring out these binders. They get into an argument. You pretty much have to shut your event down because they over here arguing and fussing and fighting. Where's the change? Where is the change? I don't see it. I don't understand. Also, you're not even a full-time castmate. So why are you out here bringing receipts about stuff? Girl, go sit down with your upside-down pyramid. Several seats. I was just like, I don't see no change in her. And then also, you were definitely, and we've said it, we talked about this, but I had it in my notes, she was definitely projecting her relationship onto what Angel has going on. Out of pocket, out of line, and disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. And you meant it exactly how you said it. And if you was a real one, you would have copped to it sitting at that table. Yeah, I meant it, or sitting at the couch. Yeah, I said it like that. And you should have apologized because it was wrong.
It was wrong.
You didn't allow no other women to speak on your marriage when you was married to Chris. Why do you think it was okay to do it to Angel all of a sudden? Flop.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Ocean. It was a big flop.
Yeah. But overall, that was everything I had to really say about that. Stacey, I be wanting to like Stacey so bad. And I do like her. But when things, I do think that she oversteps boundaries, as you said, Diva. And I think that she tries to protect herself so much and cover up what she's got going on that she's willing to throw anybody under the bus to keep her safe. And that's not okay. That's not okay. And to sit there and play like, because you could obviously see that she knew what Monique was talking about. You knew what she was talking about. And your girl Wendy and Wendy couldn't even cop to, like, Wendy was like, yeah, yes. But Diva, this was everything. I loved it. I was like, this reunion was so good. We see people for who they are. And like I said, we need to demote some people. Kay is definitely one of them. Angel is number 2. You got to be demoted because you brought nothing to this season. I was watching a little recap on Instagram earlier, and they were saying that Angel defended herself this episode. When and where?
Kay, shut up. Kay continued to chin check her friend of 20 years. Kay is nasty work. Kay is nasty. She's nasty work. I don't really.
So nasty is so rude. What she say? Low down and dirty individual.
Yes, she is. She's a low down, dirty individual. So I'm just like, I don't, I'm.
I am 50 go. You think Stacey got this? I don't know.
Yo, let me tell you this. Stacey point blank period is coming back.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
She's coming back. She got this. She's coming back. Stacey has gotten out of worse.
Okay. Y'all want to demote Tia too?
Yeah, she need to be a friend. She brought nothing, boy. And then she sat on that couch and she was like, because when they was like, Wendy said, what about Tia? Tia is the one that called Jazelle. And Angel was like, but I already forgave Tia. And Tia was like, yeah, I apologize. I will say this, so let me back up. I will say, I do like the way Tia and Kay said, no, that when they was at the house with Bobby did everything. Bobby was a good person. Nobody's spouse is going to be okay with their wife getting chin checked on the show, right? You know what I'm trying to say, Roya? Who's going to be okay with that? No, and we're only seeing what we see. I'm sure what actually happened to Angel was much worse. Angel got hazed. And like Wendy said, Angel came thinking that she was going to be big sis to Jazelle. But what she got to understand is Jazelle is a friend of no one but the show. Jazelle is going to do whatever she has to do to secure her spot on the Real Housewives of Potomac, and anybody can get it. And Angel, you thought you was going to be friends with Jazelle, and that's why you kept trying to forgive Jazelle, but you messed around and you found out. She was like, I feel like y'all haze me, Jazelle. Angel was just, I don't know. So, but if I had to rate this reunion, Roya, this part 1 to me was everything. I was sick of Jazzy. I was sick of Kay. So I'm taking 2 points off because I was sick of Jazzy. A point off because I was sick of Kay. A point off because I was sick of Tia. So I'm going to give it, and I'll wiggle room a little bit.
Tia over Monique?
Oh, you know what? See, now you don't making me, you adding more points. I forgot about Monique. So, in a point off for Monique, I could have did without her. But I'll be generous and I'll cap it off at a 7.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I'm gonna say a 7.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a 7.5 because the people still clocked in, they showed up, and I think if Andy, and I could be wrong, and I'm willing to be wrong, but I feel like if Andy would have allowed some of the conversations to kind of roll out, we would have got a little bit more of explanations behind some things. But it just seemed, I'm just assuming, and this is just my assumption, I guess they may have been there for a long time and Andy was just over it and ready to move on, because that's what it was really given, is that he was just over it and ready to move on. But I'm gonna give it a 7.5 overall. 7.5. Okay.
That was epic, though. I will say that, Roya. That was epic.
Yeah, she did that. She did that.
But you know what, though? Remember when the friend when their segment was over, they used to have to leave the couch. They used to have to walk all the shame and be like, okay, you can go now. You know what? I thought that was so evil when they did that. But you know what, though, Roya? I think they need to go back to that. Just leave the couch now. Your time is up.
Your time is up. I mean, Jazzy literally brought nothing to the couch.
Nothing. But chaos.
But chaos.
Kay is arrogant. How she stood up and was like, look at me, look at my body. I'm like, girl, she's arrogant. I don't like Kay.
You and your picture frame. Girl, have several.
That part.
Well, listen, everybody. At the end of every recap, we like to get your thoughts and opinions on a scale of 1 to 10. Excuse me. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, leave your ratings down below in the comment section. We'll go through those in just a moment. I agree, Roya. Andy pushed past so many topics, and even on Watch What Happens Live with Candy and Mimi, his disposition was weird. Like, okay, I didn't catch the Watch What Happens Live. Did you catch that, Diva?
I caught it, and Mimi was a joke. And you could tell, Andy is Andy. When he loves you, he love you, and he loved him some Candy. Andy was all into Candy, and Mimi was just a side afterthought.
I did see her dress, the little pink outfit that she wore, and I was like, okay.
Her man was in the audience though.
Oh, he was. Okay.
I do love their relationship, and I love the fact that they're bringing on married couples who actually seem like they in love and love each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know her and Stevie love each other. I don't got no issue with that. I'm just sick of the storyline that they chose.
Yeah.
And I wish that they could get their own storyline. But Mimi, she's falling flat too. She don't know it, but she is.
Yeah.
She has no self-awareness as a psychoanalyst. Zero.
Oh my God. Excuse me, y'all.
Zero. But
gold is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was gonna say, but Candy looked like she lost weight, and she looked good on Watch What Happens Live with.
Yeah, she has. You know, I see that she's still doing Broadway right now, and they say that Broadway is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work because it's live.
Yeah, she putting in the work, and so shout out to Wendy collecting these checks. So when she get off the road, she can come and take her kids from Todd. How you doing? And put his ass out the guest house.
Not that stuff was moved to the guest house without his knowledge
by her family. She told him to go in there and get his stuff and put him out.
Yeah, honey, and you know one thing you got to know about Candy and her family, they thick as thieves.
Okay. Look, they know where their help come from, and they're coming from Candy, okay?
Child.
50 Gold is giving this a 6. Okay. Yeah. Jeremy is giving this a 8.75. Aisha is giving it a 7. Pink is giving it a 7. Cameron is giving it a 7. True is giving it a 6. Irish is giving it a 6. Ocean Dreaming is giving it a 7. All righty. Well, yeah, so we evened out. We evened out, like we said, a 8, 6, 7. That's right about, you know. Look, what did she say? 6, 7.
Oh, child.
Well, but listen, everybody, we appreciate each and every one of you for joining us tonight for recapping part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. We are live on both channels, so make sure if you didn't hit the like button on the way in on Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva or Royer's World, make sure you hit it on the way out tonight. We will be back tomorrow, hopefully. Look, fingers crossed.
I will say this. Monique did give Stacey her props. She was like, I watched you this season. You was hilarious.
Hilarious. And she was. She did excellent this season. She did so good. But hopefully, if I can pull it together like I did today, we will be back tomorrow to recap Married to Medicine, episode 11. And that was a really good episode as well. They did their medical mission over in Jamaica. Were they in Jamaica? It was in Jamaica, right? I think it was.
Jamaica, yeah.
Okay. So yes, join us tomorrow for that, our recap of Married to Medicine. Make sure you join Diva tonight and every night for trending topics about 8:30. So make sure you stay tuned to that as well. Excuse me, sorry. Anything else before we go? My mind is
I know you're dying and you need another cough drop in your tea.
Listen,
the Wendy cough drop, okay. But feel better, boy. Yeah, feel better.
I will. Listen, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. We appreciate each and every one of you for joining us. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe and your notification bells on all. That way you see each and every time we post a video with you in mind. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we will see you tomorrow night. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Royal's World.